Hello, friends. We come to this week's last session, and if it's Friday, it must be about leadership. Taking a cue from if it's Tuesday, it must be Belgium. So today, again, we are going to talk of leadership. And what I've decided to talk about today is to give you the basics, the A to Z of great leadership. Uh, I hope it is interesting for you. And I hope that it really helps you all to become better leaders. So let's start the session. Let me start sharing my screen first. Okay, so what makes great leaders? And that, my friends, is the question today. Great leaders do certain things through all kinds of situations. There will be changes in management, there will be challenges in management mindsets, trends, so to say. So, though those changes may come, there are certain qualities that remain constant. No matter what the trend is, those qualities remain constant. And if you follow or adapt to those qualities, you are surely on your way to becoming a great leader. So, they are always able to inspire their teams and employees. Very, very, very important. Because at the end of the day, a leader is nothing without his team. So you have to be able to inspire your team and employees. And what do you inspire them to? To be loyal to you, to be hardworking, to be motivated at all times, and to be enthusiastic. Those people might think that motivation and enthusiasm is the same thing. It not really is. And if you think a little deeper, you won't need me to explain to you. Motivation is something that comes inherently, and you pursue a certain task. But if you do it enthusiastically and are motivated, you're going to do it much better. So these are the four things that all leaders inspire in their teams. So today, as I said, we are going to talk to the A to Z of things to do to be a better leader. So let's get right to it. A is to acknowledge. So what do you mean by acknowledge? You have to publicly recognize the accomplishments of your team and your employees. There is nothing that goes farther than thanking your employees for a job well done, recognizing the efforts on a public platform. Let them all know that that person has done something exceptional. It may be the whole team, doesn't matter. What about your boss? Help him out. So for B, I have said, boss, help your boss, because this could well be the stepping stone to the next level of your success. At the end of the day, everybody needs to step up, needs to grow. And by helping your boss, you are conveying a message to him that you are having that capability and that you're willing to help anybody senior, although at that stage you may not get adequate credit for it, depending on your boss. If he's a super leader, as we just said, he's going to recognize and acknowledge your success. Communicate. As with everything in life, communication is very, very critical. And especially when you're a leader giving tasks to your team, it is better to over communicate than to do less of communication. Because if you don't communicate enough, if you're stingy in your words when communicating, there is a good chance that the whole task may not be well understood by your team, and therefore the success can naturally not be there. And give credit when due. When you communicate, give credit when due. Even if you're giving a task and if somebody has helped you to just plan the path, give credit when you are explaining the task, when you are communicating the task to the rest of the team. So give credit when due. And after any task is complete, if there has been a failure, don't just harp onto that guy and kill him. Instead, sit down with him or the team, discuss, dissect the failure, and learn from it. Develop, facilitate the growth of your team members by offering training. There is nothing. Every person today, when he joins a company, he wants a career path. And if you define that career path and you make sure that he grows to be able to achieve the path that you have both mutually accepted, he is going to be loyal to you and is going to be a long-term employee. Your employee turnover will reduce drastically if you do this with all your employees. E, enjoy the day. We all have limited days. Enjoy every day at work as well as with the family. Every single day should be a day for celebration. Feedback. Give feedback, take feedback, both positive and constructive in case of a failure. Don't give feedback that only talks of the failure, leaving a blame. No. Give them feedback which is constructive, especially in times of failure, so that that person does not fail again. Be constructive. There is no point in berating him and telling him what a failure he is. The poor guy knows it already. You need to be there to pacify him, to support him. If necessary, give him your shoulder to cry on. But at the same time, you need to be constructive in your feedback to him about what went wrong. It may not even have been his fault, but give the feedback about what went wrong and how it can be avoided in the future if you know about it. If you don't know about it, as we said a little earlier, sit down, dissect the problem and find the solution. So positive and constructive feedback. G, grateful. Express your gratitude for the support you get from your team and networks, especially when things go very well, or even when things fail. Expressing gratitude to the team for having tried honestly, tried faithfully. The result wasn't very good. That's okay. Everything in life doesn't always go wrong. So express gratitude. H, help. Everybody needs help. And you too should learn to ask for help. Okay? It's not that you know everything in life. And ask for help from your team members. Ask for help from your network. And that is why creating a network is important, that we found out or as we've talked about in a previous discussion. So take help from your team, take help from your network so that you can move ahead. Don't fret it out unnecessarily, and that too alone without asking for help. It doesn't help. In fact, it will get you into a semi-state of depression and unhappiness. It doesn't help. You need to take help, find out what is wrong. If you can't figure out what is wrong, ask your team. Maybe they are more knowledgeable than you because they may have been more hands-on than you. Or ask a network. They will have experiences from other industries, from other tasks and projects that they have worked on. But ask for help. Interact. Very important. Don't avoid challenging conversations. More often than not, we don't want to have those conversations. Psychologically, every human being doesn't want to have challenging conversations. And we tend to sweep it under the rug. The worst thing to do, because that doesn't make it disappear. It puts it out of sight, but it doesn't make it disappear. Okay? And when it is out of sight, you will tend to forget about it and not address it till it becomes a major issue. So don't wait. Don't avoid challenging discussions ever. In fact, whenever such a situation arises, you should sit down with that person, with the team, with whomever the challenging conversation needs to be had. Create a dialogue, discuss it, and find solutions. Of course, to find solutions, you'll have to do what we talked about earlier. You'll have to dissect the challenge. But once you dissect the challenge and find the solution, that challenging conversation is not a challenge anymore. And such a conversation, instead of being a problem, actually creates more respect for you with your team and your colleagues, because they realize that, okay, tough call to do, tough thing to take and address, but you went ahead and did it. Maintain a journal for success. Write down what you will do, what are your tasks on hand, prioritize them, and follow them as per the priority. Address them as per the priority and track your progress. Very important. Just prioritizing and lighting a sheet doesn't matter if you're not tracking your progress. And the next thing about in the alphabet is K. K stands for keeping the team involved. Don't just take the decision by yourself without taking your team into confidence. Because keeping the team involved, taking them into confidence in this task that you are giving them, gives you a buy-in from the team. And once you have a buy-in from the team, the task is going to be addressed as though they own it, rather than you owning it and them doing the work. So gives you a buy-in for the task. And you are also at the same time conveying to them that they are important to you, that they are important for the task, that they have skills that will make the task happen. So always involve them. As an attitude in life, laugh and engage. Being sulky and pouting all the time is going to get you nowhere. All people will think is that you are snooty and you don't interact with people. No, laugh and engage. Don't just laugh, engage with people. Such an attitude, when you laugh and engage with people, it has a profound influence on the team, because they feel that you are close to them. They feel that you're a part of the team when you engage with them. Okay. And if you stay aloof, they will think that, okay, you are the boss and you're just treating them like a set of dummies, which is not really true. Because if they are a set of dummies, you're never going to get any of your tasks completed. So laugh, engage, smile, do everything necessary, because such an attitude will have a profound influence and get you a lot of brownie points with the team. Motivate always. Don't ever stop motivating. And when you motivate constantly, you can keep increasing the bar. You can keep raising the bar and keep setting high standards. And then you motivate and encourage your team to achieve those standards. That's the way the whole team, you along with the team, will continuously grow. Next comes N, network. We've discussed this in another talk. I'm just going to skip over it right now. That network is very important. So keep strengthening your network at all times, because they are your fallback support and help. As we said, when you have a challenge, fall back on your team or your network. So your network, strengthen it, because they are your fallback and support when you need help. Outshine. What do we mean by outshine? Focus on performing better every day. Simple rule: make small improvements over yesterday, always. So if you know that yesterday, let's talk about communicating or praising somebody. Yesterday you made an attempt to praise but were hardly successful. Keep trying till you get to the stage where you can praise people very easily for their accomplishments and for their contribution to whatever it is that you are doing. So make small improvements. Today you praise one guy, tomorrow praise two. Make it a point to praise whenever something happens. So these kind of things, focus on it. Okay, focus on performing better every day. I'm giving only compliments as an example. There are 10 areas where you will need to focus on a daily basis. List them down. Maybe push them somewhere where you will see them every day, on maybe your table under the glass, or how we normally keep things, or maybe stuck onto the wall next to you, or on a board next to you, on a pin board. But make sure that you know what you have to improve every day. And whatever you do, even the process of outshining, any task that you are given, your job on the whole, do it with passion. Passion is very, very important. And don't ever let the passion die. Because the day you are not passionate about something, that day you will stop wanting to excel in doing that. So have a passion for what you do and never, never, ever let it die. Query more, preach less. We all know by preaching, nothing happens. It's just like giving a sermon. We all know how many of us listen to the sermon and put it into practice. But query, questioning is a very, very powerful tool. And actually, when you question people, it also trains them as a consequence. So questioning is a powerful tool and it helps you to train people. So ask and listen more. Just asking doesn't give you anything. Ask, listen. Once you listen, you will know where they need to be guided, where they need to go through training, where they need to basically improve. And when you listen, there might be things that come out which will help you to improve. So ask and listen. Listening is very important. So ask and listen more. Come to next, R, respect. Respect your team members. They are not below you. They are with you. Respect your team members. Respect everybody whom you come into contact with. Right from the bottom, the person who is cleaning your office, up to the top, the person who is your CEO, if you are the owner, or your COO, if you are the CEO and your team. Make sure that you treat everybody with respect. Never deride anybody. And especially when things go south. And if you have to deride somebody, do it in a way where it sounds like a compliment. Yes, it's far-fetched, but don't deride anybody. Okay, and especially when things go south, remember that. Because as it is, when things go south, they're in the dumps. They're dejected. They're upset. By deriding them at that time, you're just compounding that negative emotion that is already there inside them. Don't do it. Okay? Supervise less and direct more. What does this mean? Generally, as leaders or managers, we tend to take on a supervisory role. Okay, that means we want to just check whether everybody is doing everything properly. But very important to make sure that everybody is doing everything properly. And how do you do that? By directing more. So whenever you are giving them a task, offer them adequate direction of how and where they should be going for the task. So offer them a direction. If you know more, if you don't know, sit and discuss with them when you are giving the task and jointly figure out what is the best way to go about it. But don't supervise, only supervise. You need to supervise, I'm not saying no, but don't only supervise. Along with supervision, directing them, helping them to reach that goal is very important. Trust. Trust your team no matter what. Okay? You have to believe that your team is with you at all times and have the confidence that they are going to do their best to fulfill whatever task you have given them and to achieve the goals that you as a team have decided on. Unspoken communication. This is like, aankhon aankhon mein pyar ho jata hai, but it's pretty much there. So unspoken communication in our case is mainly about body language. You might go and tell that person, oh, you're a good guy, this, that. But from your body language, that person will at once understand whether you're being honest in what you're talking about or whether it's just words coming out of your mouth. Okay, so unspoken communication, body language is very important. Make sure that your body language is in line, in sync with what you're telling that person. Okay. Vision. Every person, every leader needs to have a vision. If you don't have a vision, you don't know where you're going to go or where you want to go. So define your vision, keep focus on it. Let not your focus deviate from what your vision is. There will be enough temptations to deviate. There will be easier things that come up which will make you think, why do I work so hard to go to that vision? This is there. But no, if you've decided on a vision, and if it's a good vision, it's going to be tough. Let's accept that. So once you've decided on your vision, keep focus on it and keep moving there. Share your vision to the team. What happens by sharing? As we said just a few minutes back, you get a buy-in from the team. And when you get a buy-in from the team, they also own that vision. And when I have ownership of something, then I'm going to do everything that is within my power to make sure that I achieve it. Be watchful and attentive. Be attentive. You're working with a team. They are your colleagues at work, but they are also human beings. So care for your team as co-workers, where you help them, direct them, guide them in the work that they are doing, but also don't ignore the human values and the human aspects of the relationship. Inquire about their families sometimes. If the child is not well and you know it, or if the wife is not well and you know it, or if the parents are not well and you know it, ask the employee how that person is doing. Ask them if you can help them in any way. And it need not be monetary. In fact, just asking them that will make them feel so much better, saying, okay, I've got some support. So care for your team, not only as workers. As workers, you care because what they achieve at work is also going to reflect and go towards your goal. But also care for them as human beings. Explain. Sorry, I couldn't find anything else with X, so that's the way it is. Your decisions and the path you choose. By explaining to them why you took a certain decision and why you chose the path that you have taken to achieve your goal is going to communicate to them very clearly what you have in mind. And if you build the relation in that way with your team or with your colleagues, they will give you feedback of how whatever you have decided or whatever path you have chosen can be improved. Be open to suggestions. Don't close your mind. So your decisions and your path you choose, explain to them, because that creates a kind of trust, between mutual trust. Strengthen yourself. Very important. Keep training, learning every day. As we've talked about, I think it was in the habit session, read a page every day, keep increasing it, make a habit of reading. Reading is always going to give you some knowledge, even if you read fiction. If nothing else, you'll improve your communication skills. So improve, keep training, learning something every single day. In fact, if nothing, it would be great to take up a hobby where you'll say, I'm going to learn something new every year or every 6 months or whatever. Make that a habit. It could be something, it could be singing, it should be playing a musical instrument, it could be dancing. But learn something new every day. It doesn't always have to be about work. No, you need to be an all-rounder. You need to have a family life. You need to do some things that your family will also enjoy. It's not always about work. So strengthen yourself, keep training and learning every day. And we come to the end. Be zealous. Be zealous, overzealous in your duties, goals, and relationships with your teams and family, of course. So being zealous and overzealous is never going to harm you. Overzealousness in a positive way is going to only strengthen you. It's going to help you to perform better. Having said that A to Z, let's all remember that we have a finite tenure in life. Okay? You're there on earth for so many years. You there as a leader in your company for so much time. We have a finite tenure to everything in life. Okay? So you need to take every day. Every day will come with challenges. There is not going to be a single day where you're going to sail through and say nothing's happening or nothing's going wrong or there's nothing I need to think about or worry about. Every day comes with its challenges, its stressors. There will be something or the other that will stress you out every day. And at times, even calamities. Well, thankfully, calamities don't come every day. But these are the things that are going to come up your alley, one of them or more of them every single day. So, how do you address it? Simple. Get up each day and do it all over again. There's no running away. You have a calamity or you had a problem at work yesterday, you can't say today I'm not going to work, I'm going to sleep it off. Does that work? No. So get up and do it all again. Do this A to Z things that we have just spoken of. And if you do that every day and you strive to be the best leader daily, day in and day out, you are one of the super leaders that you're going to find in this lifetime. So start getting up, start following the A to Z every day, every single day of your life, no matter what you have in front of you, and you will be there. You'll become a great leader and an inspiring leader for the teams who are with you. Hope you enjoyed it. Have a great day. Mull over this. You got the weekend to think about it. Mull over it. And I think you will find a lot of things here that are going to help you in life. So thank you, everybody. Have a great weekend. Hope you liked the video. If you did like it, please signal that you liked it. And please go and like the YouTube channel of Thought Shots and help me grow. Thank you very much. Appreciate all your time.